Hello, John here. Now this is part 6 of this lunar lander, and if you remember in the previous video we got to, let's get to it, we got to updating the X and Y, setting the sprites, but the problem is I was looking at this since I stopped the recording, and if you notice this is address, value, address, which is not what we want. So I was looking in here to find 16-bit, so that's address, value, address, value. There isn't one, so what we need to do is we need to create another macro. So I'm going to copy this macro, but I'm going to also simplify it as well, because I don't know why we need to send. I think I understand why he's done it, because he's got value as address in one of them. But what we're going to do, so add 16-bit address, and so the first number is the low byte address. First number is a 16-bit word. That's, yeah, that'll do. Right, so the first number is a word address, and so parameter 2 is going to be the second number word, which is an address, and third number word, and that's an address, because we've got three addresses with all the numbers in. So we're not wanting to add a hard and fast number, which is what value means, is you're hard coding the value in. Right, so we've get the least significant byte of the first number, which is 1, and we're going to add the least significant byte. Me touching the arrow down, page up, page down, that's annoying. So we're going to add the least significant bit of the second number and then store it in the third, which is 3. Then we're going to take +1, which is take the most significant byte, do it for 2, +1, and 3, +1. So that should do the same as what Derek's done. Now this is doing my head in. Hang on a second. New install and all that. Where are we? Screen editor. No, it's not that one. Project. No. Tools. Aha. 4. Okay. So we're going to add 2 spaces there. Oops. So we're going to do the same with subtract. Because subtract has the same issue. So subtract 16-bit number, and it's AAA. So first number word address, second number word address, and third number word address. Get rid of those lines. So we're going to do the same thing. So let's whoops. Right, so we're going to load 1, subtract 2, store it in 3. Load 1 plus 1, store it in 2 plus 1, and store it in 3 plus 1. Right, that should do it. So we're going to take that and we're just going to try it on the first one, which is this one. Right, so we're going to add 16-bit value. So it's horizontal velocity, location, don't need that because we're doing words. Inertia, location, don't need that because we're doing words. And storing it back into horizontal velocity. Right, save. Let's see if that assembles. See if we have any errors. Oh, that's what gave it away. That's what gave it away. This one here. Home. Let's put a comment in there. Build to memory. Just want to see the assembly. Oh, what's this saying? Oh, have I got a hash somewhere? Oh, I know. Yeah, okay. We'll change them all. We'll change them all because it's having a problem with the others. Right, so that's add. Well, in fact, we'll copy the line. So that's add. We put it in subtract as well. And we make that subtract. And we do it for there as well. So we'll paste it and do subtract, and we'll copy vertical velocity, and vertical velocity there, and thrust there. So get rid of that, and then add in again. So it's the AAA. Vertical velocity, get rid of that. Gravity, get rid of that. Back into vertical velocity, get rid of that. Right, build program to memory. Let's see if it's working out right. Well, looks like we're on a winner. Here we go. Right, so we're going to find where it is. So there's all the macros. That's all the sound looping. That's the maths macros. Right, and that's the input constants, and then it should be us. There we go. Oh no, that's the screen. It's the screen library. Scroll left and scroll right. Keep going, John, keep going. Variables. Right, this is my macro. Here we go. So game start. So we're setting up the variables. No, we're not. We're update. Here we go. Read input and update variables. So we're OB9D. So OB9D. Here we go. Read var. So we update the library, which we're fine, and then we're right. So this is getting our thing right. So we're doing the first add. So we're looking at load vertical velocity, which is 0832, add 0834, store it back in 0832. Horizontal velocity plus 1, 0833, that's right, subtract 03. Yep, I like that. So it's doing the subtract 32, 32, 33, 33. Now we have a problem here. Subtract 0. Right, we need to look at that right detector. It's got a 0 in the subtract. It's subtracting memory location 0 and it shouldn't be. Right, so why is that coming out as subtract? Right, let's have a look at the macro. It could be the macro. There you go, 4. We haven't got a 4, so it's 2. Right, so that's sorted that macro out. Go back. This now looks better. Nothing wrong with Derek's original library, because he must be updating using a proper value, as we need to update using a value that keeps changing. That's why we need it to look to a memory address. So we add the lander. So here is the modify. So it's not. It's normal A's. So we're doing lander low with thingy low. Not thingy low. With horizontal velocity. Get rid of that one because we don't need that one. And we're storing it in lander low again. And get rid of that one because we don't need it. Right, so that is doing line 210. So we should be able to run this and it should work, because right, we've got the game loop. Right, so no, it's not looping around, so we'll just get it to jump to game loop. JMP game loop. So it's going to go around forever and ever and ever. Right, let's try it out. See if it works. Okay. I just want to see if the gravity falls. Yeah. See if it's pulling it down. So if it's just doing the normal updates. So it isn't. Why is it not falling? Oh, John, you are a plank. Remember, Derek's got this routine called lib sprite update, I think. F5. That's the thing that, because we're not updating the sprite directly, we're updating the positions, and we've already mapped on our sprites with the data that we've got. Oh, it's not liking that at all, so I can't have got the name right. Let's go to the bottom. Sprites update. Yeah. Right. F5. So we just want it to, I just want to see if the gravity calculation's working, so it should start dragging it down. Well, can you see that thrust icon isn't coming up? But can you see that when I hit left, the icon's there, but it's defaulting back to that, and when I press fire, the icon's not there. The icon's not moving. Okay. So I've got my numbers wrong. So where's my Neptune Lander? So if that's 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175. So I want it to default to 175. So when I'm setting it up, thrust SP number, is that in the, that's in the constants in it. So Lunar Lander 170, 172, 173, 174, 175. That's right. Okay. No thrust. Is 5 plus 170 is 175. So if I go back to here, 170, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175. So it's picking that out. Why is it picking that one out? Thrust colour. True. Setting the frame of no thrust. So it must be here. So it must be going through the left hand one all the time. Let's have a look. SP thrust left. So we get the mask it on the branch if not equal to left detected. That's right. Oh. Is it saying that it's detected it all the time? Right, okay. We will put a breakpoint there. Save. Debug program. Something's wrong syntax. So where are we at? We're at 6. Right, so we're there. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. So we're turning out. So we're going back to the game loop. Okay. So read the important variables. So we'll skip that. Load the game port this frame. So we're going to load that. So we're looking at the accumulator. Okay. So we're not pressing anything. So we end it with 04, which comes back as 4. So it's saying it's left all the time. Can't be right. Can't be right. So it's doing that. Load 03 and it with AA. Oh right, that's setting there. Let's set it. So this is doing the gravity. So we load in vertical velocity, adding gravity, storing vertical velocity, low vertical velocity 1, add gravity, store it in gravity 1, compare it with 2, branch if equal, so we're at 2, so it's setting 2 and then resetting it, so it's stopping it going any further higher than 2. Right, that's what we wanted. Update sprite. Load Lunar Lander Y. Oh, this is setting the, so that's 6E, low. So it's doing the lows. Ah. Right. That's a problem on the x-axis. Now it's doing the sprite update. Hello. Right. The computer crashed when I was recording. So, luckily, the recording was okay. It was on the memory stick. So, but I was looking at this. I was looking at this joystick issue, why it was always on all the time. So I was looking in the Bible, which is the mapping the 64, and it says here read joystick up direction. So I thought, okay, let's see what numbers we're coming out with. So I ran the 64 and I just wrote a simple program, 10 print peak open bracket 53620. I think it's 53620. 56320. 56320. And then I went 20, go to 10. So I'll run that. And it's always 127. So when you press fire, oh, it goes to 111. Left, right, up. So it looks like it doesn't set it to a 1 when it's the joystick's pressed. It looks like it resets it. Excuse me. So I have just changed it to, we had it doing branch if equal to test right, which is wrong, right? Because it's, we now want to test that it's a 0, so it's branch if not equal, yeah. So I've done all three of them. I've also split out the labels to make it easier for the mathematics. So we've now got a Lunar Lander X fraction, Lunar Lander low, Lunar Lander high, Lunar Lander Y fraction, Lunar Lander Y. We don't need a low or high for Y. And then we've got velocity fraction, vertical velocity whole number, gravity fraction, gravity whole number, thrust fraction, thrust whole number, and done that for that. and I've changed all the numbers. So we're loading 16 to X and Y, resetting the high, setting zeros for the the full numbers for gravity and all that, but setting them properly in the fractions, and then I'm pointing to the fraction for the adding them up. So it'll be the fraction and the low number, and then for updating the X, we're updating X low with velocity to go back into X low. So let's see how we go. So the primary thing is to get the joystick reactions right. That's the first thing, because it was on left all the time. Well, it's assembled. Well, it's not going down, so there's still a problem with the update routine. But let's see if the icons come on, the sprites come on. So, well, they're the wrong way round. Thrust is not there. Right, they're probably the wrong way round because I've got the numbers wrong. I'm sure I've got the numbers wrong. Because here, the sprites, so I'm doing 1 to 6. One to 6. That's the blank is 6. But when it comes to setting the sprite for the Lunar Lander, we do SP Lunar Lander. So that should be 0. If I constants is 0. Right, let's get this right. So 0, we don't want 1. 2 is down. 3 is right. Oh, look at that. Left, right. 3 is right. 4 is left. 5 is blank. So I've got my left and right the wrong way around. So that's 4 and that's 3. But we're still not seeing the fire button. So it sets it to no thrust. So is it fire? SP thrust right. Oh, that's not right for a kickoff, that's down. No wonder. So thrust left, thrust right, and down. Problem is, this no input really means that we reset the sprite. So no thrust. And this one should be right. how do we do this? So the thrust bypassed the gravity equation, so it went straight to this, but everything else was fine, so everything else went through the gravity equation. So no thrust still needs to go through the gravity equation, but we need a label to say input received, no, input processed, but then we want a gravity bypass. So when we press fire, it's not an RTS. When we press fire, we jump to gravity bypass. Input processed goes to that one and that one. If it's not fire, then it's no input, so it resets the sprite back to no thrust. Right, that should sort out the sprite. Let's do an F5 and find out. Ooh, got an error. F5. There we go. I thought I pressed F5. F5. Right, ignore that. Right. So, left, right, fire. There we go. So we got the sprites updating. Right then, we need to figure out why the sprite ain't moving. So we are doing this. I am just wondering if I have to reprocess the positions. So we'll copy these two and we'll paste them in there. Now we've got an equivalent line for that, I think, haven't we? Which is these two. Now, there. Now I'm doing this. I'm setting the set frame many times. Maybe I don't need to. Let's have a look. In the sprite, have we got a set frame that's an address? Yes, we have. Okie dokie. Right, so if we go and do another so They're the sprite numbers. So if we put another one in here, thrust frame number, yeah, number, and set that to break, we can then grab that and put that there, and we do thrust frame number instead of AV, AA. So we choose X, load X with SP thrust down, STX thrust frame number. So copy these two, put that there, take that, put it there, and put that there, so we can get rid of that now. And whoops, undo. Grab that. Oop, no, grab that. Put it there. Take that. Put that there. Get rid of that. So we're setting the frame number as an address, and then setting it here. So we need to do that here as well. So no thrust. Right then. So we've now put everything down there. So like we're there, we've got the thrust sprite and we're doing that. Right, F5. Let's see if we get a moving sprite. Oh my god, look how quick that's going. Oh my god, how fast is that? Right, okay. Yeah, way too quick. Okay, gravity loop. Now, I spotted in Derek's code when he was doing the game, I think it's game flow. No, so it must be main then. Gain main. Yeah, he's got this weight. So let's see if that helps us out. So he's put it in the looper, so he's saying there. Right, let's see what that does. I think that's probably to slow it down. Gone off the edge of the screen. Why have we gone off the edge of the screen? We're only in X. high? Why are we in X high? Have I left something in I shouldn't have done? So horizontal fraction. He's doing horizontal inertia fraction and putting it back into horizontal velocity fraction. So that's subtract. That's subtract thrust. That's add velocity. And then this is, so Lunar Lander X low, horizontal velocity. Let's make these one and one. Just goes too quick, I think. Gone to the end, going straight to the end. So we've got something wrong with our calculations somewhere. So I need to look at the calculations. Alright then. Well, at least we've got something moving. Right, I need to look at the calculations and find out what's going on. So yeah, let's force the issue. Let's put that to naught all the time. Just for the moment. I just want to check that everything's running. Right, let's keep it in the space that we want it. I'll figure out why it's going over to the high. Right, so it's not going down. So, are we starting to... Whoa! We're not going back up. Right. Yeah, there's something wrong with the maths there, so... we'll have a look at it later. Right. If you like this video, please press that like button. If you didn't like it, fine, press the dislike button. If you want to help the channel, please become a patron. You know, all the money goes back into the channel. And we'll continue this saga in the next video. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.